Hey, we're back with Greg from SafT Integration, talking forklifts. Right?
More power, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Lifting shit real high.
We were talking getting those puppies on 2 wheels.
Yeah. Want some stunts?
Okay, I know there's probably got to be some training or something you should consider when you're throwing somebody onto one of these very heavy things that have 2 very, dangerous looking forks around.
Not to mention people everywhere.
They can lift heavy things and, all sorts of stuff.
Maybe not well-lit area. Who knows, right?
Right?
In and out of trucks, and who knows what the condition of the truck is that you're driving in to get your stuff
That's right.
out. So
That's right.
There's a lot to think about. So one question that we have been getting a lot since we started having some interaction on our website is, what do I have to do to have a training program for forklifts?
Okay.
So I thought I would do a quick video to try to
Perfect.
free advice or however you want to call it. So first things first, it's not considered forklift under OSHA. They call it powered industrial trucks.
Okay.
And it could throw a few more things into the category, right? And you can look that up on OSHA.gov. I'm not going to waste our valuable time. This is a fork truck. This isn't a fork truck, right? You can read it for yourself. So what I want to do is, the question is, what do I need to do? Well, OSHA loves to use the word competent person, right? To be the trainer. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's kind of open, a little vague, a little open.
And I get it, right? So basically a competent person is somebody that knows the rules or has extreme ability, somebody that's really good at what they do.
Yeah.
There can be different levels of competent, right? So you might have the best freaking fork truck operator in the world, but that person can't teach in a classroom. So that's a problem, isn't it? So a lot of people might have to have a couple instructors or people to do the training program, because the question is, what sets up the right training program for fork trucks, powered industrial trucks? And it's this classroom where you go over all the rules. And I always tell everybody, don't forget your specific job hazards. Like maybe you have an area that requires explosion proof equipment. You wouldn't just have a standard fork truck driving in there. Or you have ramps that go outside, or you have potholes, or maybe you have an area where you load stuff onto railroads and you have to cross railroad tracks, or you have tight confines, or you do a lot of loading in and out of trucks. All have special things that you need to plan for, right? So that's all included in that classroom section. Everybody's like, how long? I can't give you that answer. Every class is different.
Sure.
Every hazard's different. I'm gonna flat out say, if you're not spending at least an hour in the classroom, you're lying. There's a lot to go over, right? So you go over all the rules: seat belts, backup alarms, when to use your horn, and all the other things that go into it. Then you have to do the hands-on part. Yep. And that's where somebody takes you and they put you in a fork truck and they teach you how to drive it, what the controls do. It's different than the car, how much it can lift, where to find out all that information, right? And that's the hands-on evaluation part. It needs documented. Everybody's like, well, how do you do that? And how long does that take? Again, everyone's different. You might be the best damn fork truck driver ever, and I can have you done and literally put you in it and say, go lift that, put it up on that shelf, and you do it flawlessly. And I wouldn't have a problem going, I'm evaluated him, he handled that load perfectly, check, checks, and off you go. Okay. You might be a new person that has never driven a fork truck and absolutely terrify the instructor. Like, this guy is going to kill somebody. And I get it. People need somebody now to do a job. You can't just put somebody in a fork truck. You have to plan for that, right? I've seen new employees take 2 weeks before I would personally put my name on the bottom of that paper that says that guy can drive a fork truck without killing somebody.
Ever had somebody who just couldn't drive a fork truck?
More than you can imagine.
Really?
And I always laugh because I tell everybody, don't call me for fork truck training. It's not what we do. We don't run around and just do fork truck training on the side.
Can't guarantee everybody's going to get through it.
It's not worth it, in my opinion. I do it for my clients, right? We do a lot for our clients, but I'm not gonna, because here's what I did it. As a favor, I had a guy call and say, hey, a friend of mine needs 10 people for, oh my God, Randy. I
Must
showed
have been
up.
a blast.
Well,
right?
I did my class. I went out to do hands-on, and I noticed a lot of their beams in their plant were bent. A couple of them had fork holes through them.
Oh, that's great.
And I went, what the fork did I get myself into? And then I watched them drive, and 7 of the 10, I would not, and I was there for almost 8 hours at this point. I went to the owner, who gave him a really good price and doing him a favor. I'm like, you got 3 operators.
Really?
I said, I have another thing that I have to go take care of. I will come back, and I'm going to lose all of my time because I'm not going to charge him anymore. I was doing a favor. I'll be back tomorrow to try to finish getting the other. What? He goes, the other guy that did it, he was in here for an hour and everybody passed. Yeah, no kidding. The holes in your beams and through. How about the loading dock door that's ripped off the hinges?
He must have noticed some of that stuff in his plant, didn't he? Maybe turning a blind eye on stuff.
I just shake my head, but what are you doing, right? If that's how you make money and that's what you let go,
It's really important. You got to
I have a problem with that, right?
Yeah,
So do your due diligence. Make sure that person can operate it and understand the basics, and so they don't get killed or kill someone else, right? So classroom, hands-on, vital, right? And you have to have a written program somewhere. You have to have a safety manual that includes everything. So basically, the fourth part is a quiz, proof that knowledge was retained from the classroom. So those are things that you should have to undergo an inspection to make sure you have a full safety powered industrial truck.
But
of course,
even beyond the inspection, just making sure you have folks who can do it.
I tell people, don't pencil whip it because you need a driver. Make sure that person can drive, because what if they kill somebody or they get killed themselves? Whose name's on the bottom of that?
Yep.
Right. That's a lot to carry around.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend that anybody tries that one, right?
No.
So you want to make sure you're putting somebody in there that knows what they're doing, so they don't kill somebody. So I don't know. That's some free advice on fork trucks.
And you didn't teach them how to pop a wheelie, though. Huh?
No,
that wasn't part of it. Jeez, I crying out loud.
Stunt fork truck driving today. We'll talk about that later.
Tell them your website. I'm always I'm going to give this to you. There's great stuff waiting. There are a lot more videos like this.
Yeah,
with
check
good
us out.
information.
Safety, and it's spelled wrong, SAF, capital T, integration.com. Check us out. We got a lot of videos we've done with Randy and a few other people that have interviewed us. We try to have some fun. We try to let you see kind of what we're about.
Yeah.
And go from there. And dude, as always, thanks for having me.
Great
man.
time. Can't wait till next time, dude.
Me too. Thanks, man.